What's good, guys? Welcome back to the spot. It's your boy S Dub, and it is boredom killing time. So, your boy's staying busy like always. I finally get the moped out, finally get some work done, and then crap comes back, man. It just keeps coming. I even got a generator right there that done made its way back in. It's like, come on. My wife, she gets mad. She over here saying, don't tell her when I get stuff out because I'm lying, because I'm always filling the slots. But I don't do it, guys. People walk up and just drop it off and stuff. But anyways, so I got a weed eater edger that I gotta get right. Guy say he had it, it used to work. Put it in the shed, now it ain't working. So let's get it, guys. Okay, here we go. Here's the edger, made by Weed Eater, 22cc PE550. They don't even make these no more, guys. This is legit. So, well, let's try to fire her up. Oh, no purging happened in the air purge, guys. Alright, so I guess we're gonna have to do a carb cleaning. So you remove these two screws right here, which is connected to the carb. Man. Slip the carburetor. Come on, baby. Come on. There we go. Alright. Now, before we do anything, yep, definitely something's going on. Let's swap them and see what happens. Nope, so definitely something with the carburetor, guys. Okay, so I'm examining this carburetor. I thought it was a little odd when I was taking it apart. The screws was a little strange. But if you look right there, this is bent. So right now I'm gonna bank it on builder error. I'm gonna say that I put the bulb on wrong and it's bent because of the plastic. But when I took the screws off, I did have an issue. So I'm gonna, and this just looks like it doesn't belong. So we're gonna take this off and see what's going on. Oh, yep. There was an issue. I knew it. Right there. He's using the wrong bulb. He said he had a mechanic. Yep. He said he had a mechanic and they couldn't keep it running. But there it is. He's using the wrong primer bulb. Okay, guys, so what I ended up doing is, you see how off it was? I just ended up tapping some more holes in there so the screws will fit, and now we're sealed. Squeak, got a new bulb. This one is good to go. See, here's my donor. Took what I needed and just rebuilt his. Okay, so the next task I have to do is figure out why. Oops, that works. But I need to figure out why the return line isn't returning. It works good, but when I plugged this up, it wasn't returning. And there's another carb I was testing out. Let me show y'all what I did over here. Oh, I think I see the problem. He got like some double run going on. It looks like there's a line in a line. And right here, it's pinched. So whoever worked on this before me, that was the issue. They pinched the lines. Which is simple. All they had to do was just tuck them in better. That was it. Okay, so this was the layout. I had to take off the 3 screws right there, and then the 3 screws, 1, 2, 3. After you take out those 3 screws, and that's how you able to get to where I am. Okay, but I saw the issue right here. The line was pinched. That's what was going on. This gas really stinks and it's gross. Yeah, so we're gonna change his oil or his gas. But yeah, that was his issue. He had a pinch line, guys. So guys, it's the next morning and I guess this been leaking out of the tank. I guess he had too much oil. Remember I said it smelled funny, so there was something happening. Like it's hard now, but that came out of the gas tank, whatever the freak it is. Look at that. All right, but anyways, let's get back. Okay guys, so it's package day. Amazon, I had to call and complain because of the whole item number, SKU number change nonsense. They mailed me this carburetor, has the same SKU number that I gave the lady that I spoke to as the carburetor that goes on the edger. All right, Gerber tool. I actually don't like it. Someone gave me this, and well, anything for work gets worked around here. All right. Oh, yeah, buddy. Oh man, he hooked it up. Yeah, he gave me the 2 gaskets, fuel line, a filter, and 2 extra primer bulbs. And I got a carburetor where I need to do a primer bulb or an air purge bulb replacement, and I have a weed eater that I need fuel line for. So Oh, this is lit, guys. Yeah, that gets the sweet thumbs of approval. All right, so yep, this carburetor is bulkier than the other one, and the choke is different. Okay. Okay, guys, so here's the new carb. It's definitely, it has this middle stack in there, so it's a little bigger, not a big deal. My main concern is the location of the linkage is on the top. Here, it was connected to the bottom. So you can see, if I have to, I'll drill another hole down low. Not a big deal. But so far, so good. Try this again. Alright guys, moment of truth. Just topped her off. Got her on. We're gonna prime her up. She might run funny due to the water I had going on. Yep, it's priming good. Alright. Fire her up. Yep. It's so weird from this angle. It's just weird being so high. Oh, we can't choke it all the way. There we go. I'm gonna take a few, guys. We got a new carb. There we go. No, she getting to where we need her. Plus, I didn't clean out the water, so it's kind of diluted also. we're gonna choke or we're gonna idle it up more. We just gonna idle all the way, start there. I'm closing the low screw and turning it open a quarter turn. Take the choke off. Okay, now the issue we're having is the idle control isn't really working well for starters, and I need a shorter cord. Alright guys, so what I ended up doing is right here. I happen to just cut a little notch in the top right there and just inserting the little bezel a little further up, and that gave me just a little extra stretch, which now when I squeeze it, it actually responds instead of having a good quarter dead motions. All right, guys. So package day. We got the carburetor. So this is my issue I had. This is the original carburetor that was on the edger. This is the new one. Okay, so let me walk you through my issue with this. So what happened was, this was the carb that was on here. Okay, first, it's this little cap right here is bent, and it's the wrong one. Whoever was the mechanic he had working on it before me, he did some finagling and made it work. But what I did was just tap some new holes and reposition the screws, which made it work. But the issue we have is he had already bent it. I straightened it as best I can, but you can see how it seals better on the left than the right. And you can see it's a good seal over here, and that's because this little cap was bent. But anyways, so I went to repairclinic.com. It's one of the places I go to. They get a thumbs down currently right now. So this right here, let me see if I can zoom in. Bam, that's the part number, right? This is the part number of this carburetor. When I gave them this part number, they mailed me this carburetor. Okay? So first things first that we're gonna get on. I took the choke off, but this is, as I call it, this is a new style carburetor, but this is an old style choke. Back in the old days, we were ignorant and we didn't understand what the proper way to choke. And what this does is you spin the choke right here, you spin it. I actually tapped a hole in it. I was trying to put a cap on it. But you spin the choke, and what it does is it wide open throttles right here. It wedges this and it opens that up. And on these little, just that little bit right there is damn near wide open throttle on a fresh started two-stroke for a small engine for that case. And when you do that, that's bad on the engine. You want to let an engine rev and, you know, get in this groove before you just start opening up. Okay, choke right here, new school choke, is when it actually puts a flap to adjust it like you would see on a car. So instead of adding more airflow, it restricts more airflow, which lets the gas that it's using, that little bit of gas it's using, to ignite better because it's using less air. But anyways, enough, you know, acting like I know what I'm talking about. But so this is when I got on Google. I bought this from eBay. I get on Google and I actually search the part, or I search the carburetor and the weed eater. I do a weed eater edger carburetor. That's it, 22cc. That's what I searched in Google. And this was the replacement carburetor. We're just going to start with the obvious right here. The parts number not the same. Let's just start there. This is one of the issues I always have, is when you're buying parts off the part number, it tends to be something else, and then there's no part number on here. Like, if you look at this, look how much bulkier that one is. It has a whole nother stack. You know, I tried to make it work. It was too big, of course. So this is legit. The only differences I see is there's still a double gasket down here. The only difference is this double gasket is a ring and then a solid brick, and this one's 2 rings as far as the connection on these tabs. Another small little difference is it went to a smaller primer bulb instead of that one, which is pretty cool. And you can tell right here, these primer or these air purge bulb covers, they're different. But other than that, it's the same assembly. So I'm going to throw it back on. Not going to walk y'all through doing it again. We're just going to throw the new carb on and see where we at. Right here, the only reason I'm using it is because my neighbor's a steel guy and he bought it for me. go. Oops. Back goes. Okay, we're gonna purge her up. Let's see if the purge worked and if I routed my lines correctly. Yep. Oh yeah. The smaller bulb was definitely a better choice than using a bigger bulb, because even with the other carburetor, it didn't really purge well. And I believe that's just due to the line length, the pressure. Alright, well, let's try to fire you up. See what happens. Okay, we got it tuned. It's fired up. We're gonna let it sit for an hour, and then we're gonna refire her up and see if the tune took. All right, guys. So we're gonna use this edger, PE550. This is the long. You can see it's pretty built up on both sides. So I just molded. Now we're about to see how this edger performs. I'm gonna keep you off in the distance though. I'm not gonna use my GoPro yet. It's 85 degrees. We're gonna choke her out. Turn it on. Oh yeah. And we're gonna see how that looks. One pass. blade definitely doesn't compare to, yeah, string definitely doesn't compare to a blade. A blade just plow through that no problem. Normally I'll be eating up my line, replacing it or spooling it out. That one pass per. So yeah, definitely about to invest in a stick edger, guys. I don't need a push edger just because I have a attachment capable weed eater. But we're gonna bang this out.